All right, we're here after the Browns 14-7 victory over the Minnesota Vikings. We're going to go around the horn with our instant reactions. Dan Labbe, let's start with you.
My biggest takeaway from this game is the Browns figured out how to win a game where they didn't play their best. Their defense was good. Their offense was not good. Baker Mayfield was not good, but they figured out how to win a game. And this is what you have to do in the NFL. And if they want to get to the Super Bowl, they might have to win a game like this because you're not always going to be at your best. It's one and done when you get to the playoffs. There's going to be games where they've got to win ugly 14-7. And so to me, while we can nitpick things, and there were certainly issues in this game, the fact that the Browns figured out a way to win this football game tells me about the character of this team as they move forward and they try to get where they want to get to.
Mary Kay, what stood out to you?
The number one thing that stood out to me, of course, as Dan mentioned, the key is that they won the game, but I just can't help but walk away here thinking about Baker Mayfield and how off he was on so many of his throws. I don't think I've ever seen him be so inaccurate in a football game before. Maybe he has been in another one at some point, but I don't remember him just being inaccurate from beginning to end, like he just couldn't fix it. And that was the thing that I just found to be so incredibly odd. He sailed his passes in the first half, and then there were a few in the second half. A couple were even underthrown, but they were just off. I mean, it was just so bizarre that he couldn't pull it together. This was the 27th ranked pass defense. Now, having said that, I think a game like this can be a springboard for success. So hopefully Baker Mayfield will go back to the drawing board and and decide that that he doesn't want to see another game like this again. It's going to be very painful to watch this one in the film room.
Scott, how about you?
I think we can finally say that this defense is gelling. And before this game, there was a lot of buts. Like, they beat the Texans, but Tyrod Taylor got hurt. And they dominated the Bears, but Justin Fields and the game plan and all that. The Vikings had a legitimate passing offense. Kirk Cousins was off to a great start. And after that first drive, the texts I was seeing from our subscribers and stuff I was seeing on Twitter was, pretty much burying Joe Woods. And then everything just turned around, like 5 3-and-outs the rest of the day. There was a one play drive with a pick. The defense showed up front to back. And this is a game I think you can look at and say, this defense is for real. And that's huge because everybody talked about having to gel at some point, and it just didn't seem like everything was happening at once. In that Bears game, there were just so many easy ways to poke holes in it. Now, though, I think that's hard, and they have to have a lot of confidence going in the Chargers game.
And Doug, what caught your attention?
So I wrote a new progressive commercial script. So Baker's in the stadium, and Myles Garrett, Jadeveon Clowney, and Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah walk over, and they pick him up off the ground, and he's like laying sideways, and the three of them are holding him. And Baker's wife is there, and she says, "Baker, what's going on?" And he says, "Oh, the defense is carrying me." And then they just walk off the screen. I thought the defense was awesome. That was bad Baker Mayfield. I didn't think Kevin Stefanski was great. Joe Woods was great, man. Myles Garrett was great. Grant Delpit was great. Jadeveon Clowney was great. Like, JOK was great. They were great individual efforts, play after play after play. Denzel Ward, when they needed him, was great. And I thought that was eye-opening and super encouraging and the beginning of something. I was not stunned, but just like super impressed with how well that defense played.
Yeah, and Doug, I'll piggyback off that. I think we saw 3 key young Browns defenders mature today. Let's start with JOK, 7 tackles, only 18 snaps a week ago, and I think he saw a lot of extended time today, as Mary Kay reported before the game that would happen. You saw Grant Delpit have to go in for extended time after Ronnie Harrison left in the first quarter with concussion, did not return, and he really bothered Tyler Conklin, the Vikings tight end, and Adam Thielen across the middle throughout the game. And then Greedy Williams, I mean, his first career interception. He talked after the game about how he had not had a pick since college in 2018. And now when Greg Newsome comes back, I think it's safe to say the Browns have 3 legitimate corners that you didn't know coming into, especially today, what that would look like. So 3 young guys stepping up and adding to some veteran guys that the Browns defense already knows they can rely on. So, all right, that was our instant takeaways here at Vikings, and a home game for the Vikings at US Bank Stadium. The Browns are 3-1, winning 14-7. Keep it locked at cleveland.com/Browns for our continued coverage.